He kind of runs his hand across his stubble in contemplation for a moment. Mr. There's something else that you're not telling.
Right, well, I'm not exactly human anymore.
Not human. Like Austrameria, then.
I don't need to eat, I don't need to sleep, and functionally my lifespan is pretty much limitless at this point. As far as I know.
He chews on his bottom lip for a second. Mistral, I don't know exactly how to react to this.
I don't think there's a right way for you to.
I suppose not.
However, Cygnus, they're going to attack Dollhurst.
His brow knits. What do you mean?
They're amassing an army 3 days away. On Terbent's Nest.
I'm unfamiliar with the location, but I'm sure that the Legolans would know. I suppose you know.
It's a small port town. That's where they're amassing their naval fleet. It wasn't confirmed, but it can be assumed that they're preparing to attack ours. It's probably why they haven't been particularly active.
We'll need to inform the others tomorrow, though I assume you already had planned on doing so.
That was the plan, yes. However, something I wouldn't have known if I hadn't done what I did.
He sighs. But at what cost?
I imagine I probably won't know that for a while.
He shakes his head and he wraps his arms around you again and pulls you in close. But you can almost sense the trepidation, the fear for you.
You're not gonna lose me, love, and I'm not losing you or Ven.
May the stars make it. May the stars make it so that that's the case. And he actually holds you a little tighter.
And she would like nuzzle up under his chin. But right then, sorry the letters were a few days late.
That's the last of my concerns, Mr. Trust me. It was more paperwork than I've ever seen you do. In your entire life, actually.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it exactly. I think I wrote, 36 or 37 letters in the span of 2 days? It was absolute torture, actually.
That's a low number.
Oh yes, just rub it in.
He smiles. That concern's still present. And he's already taken care of some for you, by the way. And
Which she probably goes to do her some Sephora things and then just stops and realizes it's done and just looks at him.
He just smiles, and I suppose you need not retire, but it is getting late. We'll have a long day tomorrow.
Just because I don't have to doesn't mean I don't want to. Sleep's nice.
Well, you're welcome to come with me.
Well, I mean, I was planning on usurping your room if you want to, either way, so...
And he'll smile, and he'll take your hand, and you guys will head back. He squeezes it every now and then. You can still sense that concern is still there. He is scared. Strange magic things he does not understand are happening to his wife. Or wife that is currently rewifing.
Technically, they never stopped being married.
It's true. She just forgot about it for a minute, but that's okay.
Like, it never got annulled.
I don't. And yeah, so that night goes by. And yeah, the next day, I imagine there's going to be a bit of a war meeting with those who are here to discuss what happened at the missions. Which, of course, as most of us know, actually what's happened at the missions, we can assume that you guys dispense the information that needs to be dispensed as far as what's immediately known.
By the way, David, those paladins that you're now in charge of no longer exist.
There are still some alive.
It's a lot easier to make something.
The majority of them were either captured, killed, or surrendered.
And I also know where the remaining ones are. And their names.
I don't remember you eating Nathaniel Kane.
That's because it happened off screen.
Oh, okay. You just decided that one on your own?
Yep.
Remember that one time we said that neither Misty nor Alistair would ever eat a person ever, even if they were dead?
And then...
You fuckers did it.
And then they fucking did it.
The hypocrisy.
And yeah, so as after you guys finish telling the skinny about what happened in the 2 missions from a baseline, the skinny. So you guys, I imagine it's probably Etney, who looks exhausted, mentally and physically.
Strange.
Weird, right? Shieldheart, who also looks exhausted, more physically than mentally, and many of the obviously any of you guys who are interested in attending the meeting, in addition to your second in commands and such.
Is Warren still off?
I think he probably is, but he's or actually he probably hasn't gone yet. That or we'll say he's back.
So guys, what I miss? Shit.
Yeah, basically.
So I'm going to need you later for temporary redaction of that one thing I made you promise.
You're gonna go get drunk and cry about Jacob.
Yep.
That's completely fair. Yeah, he'll be there for that, but his presence also would probably be important for the meeting. So he probably came back strictly with the knowledge that Jacob would be coming back. So and so Shieldheart nods and he says, ultimately the success in Emnet will be critical to the war effort. We know that without it, only a number of the other population centers outside of Arcanon itself are under the control of the loyalists, or of Millicent and her forces. With this success, we can begin to plan the final assault. With luck, if we can, if Orion, Cecil, and the others are successful in convincing even one of the archbishops to return, we'll have more than enough influence to try and take the city, possibly without even a war, or without even a battle, or at least a small one, if that.
I feel that Millicent will fight to the last person, though.
But if the goddesses are kind, her supporters will abandon. If we can coax them into a surrender, she may have no other choice. But we must be prepared for if she does not. And Cygnus is definitely there as one of the major representatives of the Zodian faction. There is something else that we must speak of. We've acquired intelligence that I believe will be critical in the time to come. And he looks over to you, Misty, and gives you a nod.
Namely, they're amassing a naval force up in Termit's
Nest.
nest. That's I was like mind blank. About 3 days from Dalhurst. What they're intending on doing with those forces isn't confirmed, but it could probably be assumed they're planning on attacking us here.
I don't see what else they would be planning on doing.
You guys can make a knowledge of warfare check if you want.
I have to get on.
Oh my god.
Or I can do it for you. Who wants to make one?
That's
It's not
focus.
letting me get on Fantasy Ground.
That's focus.
Cat, get off Fantasy Grounds.
I'm
No,
She's
it's
connected to
sometimes
it.
it
She
sometimes
isn't-
just doesn't let me.
like I'm playing tonight. I'm in the actual thing.
Yeah, I'm intense focusing this too. If you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pretend to have. What's your ranks in knowledge warfare? Do you have any? You have 1. You can increase that to 4 for this check. And actually, if you wanna, if whoever's rolling this can basically roll it as if you had a knowledge warfare of 4.
Oh man.
1 sec.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Because Erin Brock is here and she's a fucking tactician, like, and
Oh,
she's
that's
helping
Real
you
actual
brainstorm.
tactician.
Whoa.
Not a phony like you. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh shit.
I'm a fake tactician.
Actually
I'm a
wins
sham.
this.
When does your cycle of lies end, Alstro?
Never.
My god.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be against 4. I'm going to upgrade it once because I said so, and I didn't reset the destiny points.
Wow.
There we go.
So that's 4 upgraded once.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah. 1 success.
Come on.
I'm just going to roll this for shits and giggles now.
Of course. And then she fucking knows everything.
Look at all these consistent rolls.
Shredder in a book once.
Oh, ooh, have I I
Let
rolled
me,
yet?
let me do it for you.
And 2 ranks because intense focusing.
I'm loading.
Yes, you succeeded with 2 advantages.
Yeah.
And so, Rince is like, yeah, they're gonna. Oh God, if they were 3 days away yesterday, they're gonna attack in 2 days.
I still
Wow.
succeeded with this fucking despair.
And
Wow.
everyone just looks at Rinzu like, what?
Oh no,
Like,
they're gonna be here in
Rinzu-
2 days.
Rinzu assumes that means they're gonna be here in 2 days, and
I'm
this is why she's not the tactician.
no.
And
That would happen.
Brock actually furrows her brow for a second and says, "That's not the question. Shouldn't be what they're planning on doing. It should be when they're planning on doing it."
Alliston Harper, the Darkflower, was supposed to rendezvous with them at Termit's Nest as soon as things were completed near the factories in Emnet.
Also, did anyone mention at some point that Leon was called back?
I'm gonna be getting into that.
Okay.
In addition, Leon Darton was called back to Arcanon early, despite the fact that it was likely we were going to be attacking the factories. Upon further investigation, apparently Magister Millicent has discovered something. And the factories were integral to that, which fortunately they no longer have. But Gerard is not sure how long he can hold them. Not indefinitely.
So
I'm guessing we don't know what that something is.
Something more important than the factories?
Something that might use the factories. They were making flying machines.
Alstro.
mhm.
Some dread.
You don't think they could have found him, do you?
Oh God.
Why would they need factories for that?
They wouldn't. That's why they would give them up.
Oh no. We don't have anything confirmed, but
So Nathaniel Kane's stand was just a ruse?
what did you say, Kat?
So Nathaniel Kane's stand was just a ruse?
Or perhaps just a delay. Aaron Brock says, whatever him is, which I would like it if the two of you would elaborate further.
Arlen.
Excuse me?
The god?
Let me explain.
Please do.
Did none of you read the Bible?
No.
That part was in there.
They know who he is. It's
Certain people would have been informed of this, but Arlen still is alive and still rests behind the city, under the city. Actually, do the Archons still have enough energy to manifest themselves here?
Like,
They've
I
been
mean,
keeping
you
an
can
eye on
actually
him.
Manifest them yourself. I'm just saying.
It's not that I'm worried about. It's will it make the other's job harder? If you weren't intending, did you tell me that you were intending that Delphine summon one?
From what I understand, they only have like a limited amount of energy left.
What are Archons?
Time for that later.
When I spoke to them, they've been
potentially feed them.
They've been keeping a vigil on Arlen. They would know if something's changed, and likely they would have told us had something changed.
Unless they can't for some reason.
and everyone else is watching this unfold, and Shieldheart, am I correct in assuming that the two of you believe that Arlen, the god Arlen, the one whom you wrote, left?
I assume, actually, George and Etney, two in particular, would know.
Oh, that you would have told them?
Yeah, like,
Okay, that's fair.
typically people in the inner circle know.
Okay, I didn't know if you told. I assume that you didn't tell anyone. And
I mean, it's kind of like, there are people here that don't know.
yeah. So those people
But-
are the ones that are.
Yeah. Anyway. Kenter, may we borrow your ear a moment?
You wait. You wait a little bit longer.
Is there a flame in here?
I imagine there
Lanterns.
probably aren't any lit lanterns because it's probably like midday.
Oh, sure. They need a source to manifest from.
Probably gonna go light a lantern.
And so you light a lantern. Everybody watch it for a moment. And Nothing happens. Not initially. And then the flame flickers. And a small figure appears, dripping out of the flame as it almost seems to expand. But it's different. It's smaller, maybe about the size of a child. Still that luminescent, burning type of figure that you've seen before. And everybody who's never seen these before kind of takes a step back, like in astonishment. And the flaming entity looks about the room for a moment and in a quiet voice says, Connor Haventree. Alstramaria Haventree. You must make haste.
Did something happen?
The source is in danger.
Oh no. Did Millicent find Arlen?
And flickering, slowly almost seeming to dissipate. Yes. The Archons are putting up the wards and defenses that they can. But our energy is not, but our strength is not finite. I cannot manifest for long. I will be recalled to the source.
Is there anything we can do from here?
The this other Archon shakes its head. You must make haste. Gather your forces.
Would I be able to teleport to Arcanon?
Are you asking me? Or are you asking...
I'm asking the Archon.
Arcanon is heavily guarded. Millicent has withdrawn a great deal of her forces to defend it. We believe that she intends to claim the source.
How? What do you mean by claim?
We do not know.
Misty is going to give Alstro a look.
Yeah, that look of existential dread is already on her face.
Okay, but we both went to the same place.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm also joining in this existential dread party.
Awesome, we just have a trio of existential dread right here.
It is all that we heard. You must come quick. The Archon dissipates. Just almost extinguishes like a candle blown out. And the candle that it came from also extinguishes.
Damn it.
Etni's face grows grim and she... We need to prepare for battle then. And Paris, who's listening in on this, he stands up and says, I shall take my men and find Orion and the others. We'll need them here for this. We'll rendezvous with you outside. I'll bring what men we can, and we'll rendezvous with you outside of the city. We will have no time to return here beforehand if this is as dire as it sounds. And Brock raises a hand. Wait. This is exactly what they're waiting for.
As soon as the defenses leave here, they're going to attack Dalhurst.
And there's innocent people here. We need to have a strike force assaulting the capital if we're doing anything.
We'll have to divide our forces. Enough people to defend our fleet here and put pressure on those who are coming at us here. We cannot let the city fall, or we'll find ourselves surrounded. As soon as we take Lower Arcanon, they'll be at our gates before we can even prepare defenses. We'll need to hold them off here while simultaneously pressing forward and taking the city. It won't be easy. But we'll need to start making preparations, and we'll need to start making them fast. Especially if this is as dire as it sounds. If the source that can create these things, she gestures to the place where the Archon was, if that power is used by Millicent, we could be in dire straits. It won't matter how many forces we bring.
Or she could potentially bring... I know that she's a powerful mage, but if she tampers with it, she might accidentally cause mass destruction, similar to almost what I did.
Eric, am I allowed to do the thing now?
Do what thing?
Can I connect dots?
I'm pretty sure you guys... I think you guys all connected those dots, yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Alstro?
Hmm?
So the high towers can stay young, right?
Yes.
Like you can?
I understood that it was just an illusion.
It's not an illusion. It's physical.
Don't they still die of old age, even though they look young?
They're young physically on the outside.
So they consume lore.
And
Not
now
completely,
everyone
it
in the
seems.
group.
That was probably a quiet, like, what?
Not as much as you or Mistral have, it seems. But since, they already have the process down,
What if it was like just what I did with the wyvern originally? It wasn't complete then.
what if they don't consume the entirety of a person, only an aspect?
What I originally consumed was incomplete. Most of it has faded back into the ley lines.
But what if those people are still alive?
Can you selectively do that?
They might be able to, accidentally.
They do. Brock says. In my brief time as a magister, I visited their place. All of their servants
Are perfect. In almost devoid
Many
of
of-
something.
Many of them are rehabilitated criminals. Individuals brought in from the Templar. People who have turned over a new leaf, but they... If what you did to consume Avalon, can it be performed on a smaller scale?
That's what Ashling did.
With high risk. That's ultimately what killed the goddesses.
No. What if they've been doing that this whole time?
Then she would know how to consume the source.
If anybody who has lived in Legala their whole life, you guys can make a knowledge education or a knowledge lore check against 5 difficulty.
5?
Yes.
Okay.
Me and intense focus.
I'm spinning a story point. Nobody can stop me.
Oh my god.
I don't think anyone will stop you.
Yeah, to be fair, I think Connor has the best chance of passing this.
He does.
True.
I still
It's always
don't
worth a
have odds
shot.
in my favor.
Hail Mary.
Yeah, you did not get it, Alstro.
Womp.
Nope.
I told you. I even rolled a fucking blank, but look at those like
Hang on.
double fucking failures.
Let's let the rest of the goblins roll.
Wow.
Impossible check.
No, Rick. Just do a shits and giggles check like I did.
You might just
I'll do it too.
You might sporadically know it because your mom was a priestess.
Man.
Damn me and not caring about religion.
Oh, religion. This thing fucking loads.
I tried.
Did you? Did you really?
Yes.
I don't believe you. Oh, good night.
And
I got 5 different.
so, okay, you will not get that piece of information that I possibly was going to
Hang on.
dispense.
Hang on.
And
But I get rerolls.
Lore. And then 5.
unfortunately, you can't really time
Intense
bend
focus.
a knowledge roll. That doesn't really make
Can
sense.
I get a boost dice? 'Cause
It says any roll.
Yes, but I am freely going to allow you to do that because it makes no sense.
Oh. Damn
You
it.
can't retroactively think.
Yes, you cannot retroactively think.
We tried, Rick.
Hang on, let me reroll that shit right here. With that yellow. Yeah.
Is there anybody
wait.
here who would know? I don't think there are.
Oh.
No.
Here in the area?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, like, are there any other?
I guess Delia.
No, she would.
I wish the dice
Ah.
would just constantly fuck me.
People that would know, or
No.
that people.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like of this piece of information. If it's anything that anybody possibly could have known. Yeah, no, not really. Edward would know something,
Oh man.
but he's evil and not here.
Would Aaron know because of Leon?
No.
Eric,
What's up?
isn't there a high tower in our captivity?
there
There
is.
is, but they wouldn't know.
Let's ask John.
High tower!
What is your game, Millicent?
What is her game?
Jesus.
And Paris nods and he says, "Well, I'm going to gather some our troops and retrieve the king and his council.
That's
We're
really
going to
frustrating.
meet them. What's up?
I know. I know.
I know you know because Snowflake's an asshole and I'm never trusting him with secrets again." And Etney takes a deep breath and says, "Well, we have little time to lose then. We'll have to gather our things and prepare ourselves to break off at it seems. I trust, and she looks over to Paris and says, "I trust that the king and his retinue will likely wish to support their fleet. But whatever you decide to do is up to you. We'll keep in contact as best as we can." And Paris nods and, "Well, I'll be seeing you on the front lines in one way or another." And he'll salute and he'll go to start taking care of that. "If you have anything to take care of," Shieldheart says, I recommend you get it done quick and quickly. We'll need to start marching for the capital soon. We'll send missives to our major strongholds here, around here, Emnet and Brimrad. I'll have our troops converge outside of Arcanon, and we'll begin putting pressure on them as quickly as we can. May Kiva's winds be at our back. But I believe this war is going to be coming to a much swifter conclusion than any of us thought it would be.
This is the decisive moment.
It will have to be. If this is what it sounds like, this battle could change the future of Legala. Let's make sure it's for the better.
Indeed.
Blood of Legala, you know what you must do. You know your orders. Let's take back our nation. And everyone stands up and nods one by one. And with that, everyone begins to go out in a flurry of preparation. Dalhurst and the Blood of Legala begins to get their shit together.
Can I attempt to try and get to other places too?
Yeah, you'd be able to do that. Actually, because you can teleport really swiftly, you actually might be able to inform most of the major strongholds and camps relatively quickly. That's actually really useful.
That's my intention.
Can you roll or rather, I will roll a magic check for you just to
intense focus this because it's go time.
My favorite part about this is that Paris is just gonna show up and be like, "Hey guys, I know you're having fun, but we need to go. I hope you got some friends.
We need to go.
We need to go.
Get in here."
He's just going to take the prince and just grab him and just like, let's go.
Or just tell Cecil to do it and Cecil will just grab him and go.
I said the king.
Oh yeah, you definitely got it.
You definitely said Prince.
King.
Ooh.
His Highness.
You got 5 successes and an advantage. So you will, over the course of this day, you will be able to teleport to Emnet, and you inform Jared and everyone. Because Jared has kind of taken like leadership of the city, just because it just makes sense for him to kind of do that, and inform him. He tells you that they will do what they can to muster their forces and see how many of those flying machines they can get off the ground before the final battle happens. Especially if the Wingguard is going to be defending, if the majority of the Wingguard may be defending the fleets, we'll need as many people in the air as we can get. You'll have as many of those death traps as I can get.
Much obliged, sir.
And I'm sorry about Jake.
Thank you for
what it's
trying.
worth. He died nobly. Let's make sure that sacrifice is not in vain.
Indeed. And gonna zoop.
And you zoop to the garrison probably you first zoop to I imagine you'll probably actually first zoop to Bryn and inform him of this.
Hey, Millicent is probably eating people.
That is certainly something.
Suppose then she herself did keep some secrets from you then.
I suppose I should be proud. Nevertheless, this is our opportunity. This is your opportunity to take her out.
I intend to use that. Though that said, that does add some danger, as seeing as that she could also consume me.
She can consume all of us. Like, come on.
Bryn kind of thinks for a moment, and he says, when you explained to me the doctrine that Saya could scribe to, it was one of a fight against predators, yes?
She nods.
Then I suppose this will be your opportunity to prove to her that you've become stronger than her, greater than whatever she thought you were back when you were a child.
Suppose I'll have to.
You'll have what support we can muster.
Thank you, Bryn.
He nods. It's time I fix this issue. It's time I fix this misstep.
Indeed. Stay safe, Bryn. And she
He
does give
nods.
him a kiss.
He'll return it. And
Oh yeah. Oh, actually he already knew.
yeah. Yeah, I think he knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
She told him already.
Yeah, I kind of teleported back last night, so
Fucking zooping all over the place.
yeah, no. Bye, and then teleports.
And yeah, so you'd be able to stop at any of the other many major camps of that you know about, and get information spread out. Unfortunately, you actually and you would be able to do that to get to Orion and Cecil and all them, but you also have no clue where they actually are right now.
Yeah.
Because they could actually be anywhere. So
Yeah.
Paris will track them down and find them at just the right moment. Just follow the screaming civilians running, saying, "Dragon! Dragon!"
Hey, have you seen a dragon recently? And I'm probably exhausted.
Yeah, that's a lot of zooping.
So, how are we dividing groups? How
Well,
many missions are there going to be?
There will be 3, I will tell you. 2 of them will be in Arcanon, and 1 of them will be back in Dalhurst, and against the entire Legolan fleet, plus the Dark Flyers, and who knows what else.
I know which one I'm going on.
I wonder if all of Team Zodia is going to go to the
Team
and you
Zodiac.
get to fly. The other 2 will most likely be fight the bulk army of Legala, and basically fight that. And the other group will likely be heading their way as quickly as they can deep within Arcanon itself to confront Millicent herself.
Well, I know which one I want to go on.
And you can assume, and you will be able to learn quickly, especially once you guys get outside of the Arcanon. I'll describe that once we get to that background session. Once like the last background session before the final battle will be you guys outside of Arcanon preparing for the fight. And at that point, I'll tell you now so you can like start preparing. Basically, one mission, according to the scouting reports, one mission you're going to be dealing with Alexis, and in the other mission you'll be dealing with Millicent. And judging from the fact that she recalled Leon will probably be with Millicent. And it's a safe assumption to think that Liao will be with Alexis.
Brent, we actually won't
God
be on a
damn it.
mission together.
Whoa.
And so
Yeah, I'm definitely going on the other mission.
and so basically your missions will be fight Hermione and Hermione, Admiral Manning and the rear attack. The other one will be fight like the army and Alexis and Liao, and the other one will be stop Millicent.
Oh, but I wanna, my aunt.
You don't wanna.
I know, right? There's so many good ones.
You're a jerk.
Well,
you
I
can
know where
split
I'm
yourself
going.
into two people.
All right.
Well,
I'll
if I know Ashley, she's probably going to want to go. Well, plus the fact that she's going to be out with the Zodians, she'll probably end up going back with Hermione, which that will actually be really interesting.
Mhm.
Because
You know what?
Hermione,
that will be more interesting because she has the fucking Risewell bow.
she has the Risewell bow, and she never knew about Delphine.
Well,
Her sister never told her about her youngest niece for her own protection.